Okay guys, so I thought I would do a short tutorial on how I get some really great photos for myself for Instagram and Facebook. First of all, I usually record myself in a video. I do this a lot so that I can get several shots in one video. I don't have to worry about, walking over to the camera and getting, shot after shot after shot. It just takes so much time. So instead, if you do a video, it's a great way to get several shots at once instead of having to, walk over to the camera. The next thing that I do is I take screenshots of the poses that I like in the video. You want to make sure that your lighting is as good as possible. This is why I work out outside, to be honest, is because the lighting is really good. So I have an iPhone, so I just go to edit and then I click on the cropping tool and I just bring the corners of the cropping tool to the edges of the photo. And I do that with all of my screenshots. And I go into an app that is called PicTapGo. So this app is a filter app. While you can use the filters on Facebook and Instagram, this app definitely has a more varied filters. You simply just click on the photo that you want to check out as far as coloring goes. So I think that this is probably my favorite photo out of all of those. So I'm going to double click on those. It saves your style that you like, so you can kind of see what you've used in the past. Or if you click on filters, you can create new filters. Color filters, black and white filters. This is an amazing app to have. I think it should be in every single Beachbody coach's arsenal. I love this crispity one because it makes the photo look super, super crisp. I also love to use this lights on one. Sometimes I turn it down just a little bit by just scrolling from right to left. So I just kind of play with these. You can also undo and redo to see if what you did made it better or worse. So once I'm happy with how the photo looks, so this looks very crisp, it looks light, it looks clean. I like how I look in it. I like how the colors pop. So I'm gonna go ahead and press go at the top, and then I'm gonna save to camera roll using that arrow. And on Instagram, it's gonna be a square. So obviously if you're doing something that's really long and thin, you're gonna have to crop it likewise. So I did keep in mind that my photo could be cropped into a square and it would look good. So I am choosing this. I'm gonna click next. Obviously you can change the filter again, but I think that that's kind of redundant. If you liked how it looked before, don't get crazy. I always add Tampa because I'm near Tampa and I feel like that helps people to see me more. I've definitely gotten a lot of people who are around me, so that tells me that my stuff is popping up on their feed. When I write a caption, I always want to make sure that there's some white space. So I start off with kind of a tagline that's going to grab people's attention. So I know that I wanted to talk about teaching and how that is integrated with Beachbody because I went live this morning and I taught a stretching session. So on here, I'm just going to write teaching has always been a passion of mine. This is kind of a way for them to know that this post is going to be about my past, maybe. It's also going to be about how I integrate teaching with my passion of Beachbody. Now, notice how my scroller is all the way next to the period, right? I'm going to hit return, period, return. Now in Instagram, you want to create what's called white space. And when you don't have white space, then the reader's eyes are going to get confused and it becomes boring for them to read through a long paragraph with no white space. I typically write my headline and then I create white space and then I explain what I'm talking about, unless it's just a one-liner. Okay, so I have my location set, I have my tagged people set, and I have my message set. Now, if I want to make my message even better and even more eye appealing, I'm going to use some of my text as a different font. And by doing that, I'm going to, the way to do that is to go to yaytext.com. So first of all, I'm going to choose the text that I would like to change the font of. So I just select, for example, the first line. I do the copy option because I prefer to be able to paste. It's easier for me to paste it back into it if I can see the highlighted portion. So I copy, then I'm going to scroll over to my browser. I'm going to go to yaytext.com. And then you simply just paste that text in there and you'll get all of these different texts, fonts, that you can choose from. So I'm just going to choose this one. No, I'm going to do that one. You'll see that it was copied. Scroll back to Instagram, click on the blue area, and it will change. Now, this will mess with your formatting as far as the paragraph goes, so make sure that you still only have one, return period and then no spaces between anything. And you can always go back and edit your post later if you see that it's not showing up correctly later on. So I'm going to read through this post and I'm going to find a couple words that I want to highlight by changing the font. All right, so once I have the post looking the way that I want it to, I have the city tagged, I have the people tagged, I have the post. I go ahead and I copy the entire post because I'm going to use that copy to post it in Facebook. Now I have my Facebook fitness page saved on here. This will post to my fitness page. It will post to my Instagram page. Make sure this posts. Then I'm going to go to my Facebook. This is my personal page. I'm going to grab that same photo. Now here, remember, it's not going to be a square anymore. So if you wanted to crop this, you could. I'm fine with it looking like that. So I'm just going to paste. Now in Facebook, you do not need these little dots. You can get rid of them if you want to. I'm going to take the extra second and do that because it definitely makes it look a little bit cleaner. And then you post. Now, pro tip, okay, check your work. Go back, look at it, make sure it looks nice. Okay, everything is reading nicely. Go back to your Instagram, look at your post in relation to all of your other posts, okay? Does it fit in well? Does it fit the flow? Is it cropped nicely? Is the lighting nice? Then click on your post. Are the dots all in the right place? Do I have white space? Is it appealing to the eye? Is it drawing me in? Okay, all of these things are very, very, very important. And another thing is, if anybody likes your post or comments on your post on Facebook or on Instagram, you want to make sure that you go ahead. You want to make sure that you go ahead and comment back to them and reach out to them, obviously. I hope this helped you to create a eye-appealing, popping, really visually nice post for Instagram and Facebook. It does take a little bit more time, but I think that you will appreciate the return on investment that you will receive after doing this consistently over a long period of time.